Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well and having a good week and a good start to the end to your week as well, for that matter. This is a preview of West Ham's 14th away game with the 24-25 Premier League season, where we travel to the northwest to take on Everton for our last ever game at Goodison Park before they move next season for a 3 o'clock kickoff this Saturday afternoon. And as a result, guys, it's not live on any UK TV channel, but guys, it's the March the 15th. Beware the Ides of March. As always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor, 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase some really nice retro gear. And as you can see from the icon that's up here, there's also Everton retro gear in there as well, if you've got any Toffee fans watching here, along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts made by Admore and Umbro, so go check those out as well. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area, and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter, as they're currently supporting well over 80, probably close to 90 separate food banks by the time of this recording. That's how difficult it is for everybody out there, guys. It's ridiculous. So, by all means, please do make a purchase through the link in the description below. You'll be helping out those that are less fortunate than you and I, and you're obviously saving yourself a few quid in comparison to the respective club shop as well. But if you want to make a donation directly to the charity, but you don't want to make an affiliate link purchase, that's perfectly fine. There is their Just Give and Fund link in the description below. So £1, £2, £5, whatever you can afford, guys. Believe me, every penny helps. So as always, there's going to be timestamps in the description below, so by all means, please do jump around to the relevant section you want to listen to. But I'd like you to stay around for as long as possible, but please do put your comments down in the comment section at any point of this video, and of course, please do like, share and subscribe. So let's crack on by talking about the officials. The referee for this game is Darren Bond. His assistants are Dan Rebatham and Mark Perry. The fourth official is Ruben Ricardo. On VAR is Chris Kavanagh, and his assistant is Scott Ledger. So little bits and pieces here and there. Now, in terms of, I said the March 15th is the Ides of March. If you know, those of you that studied Roman history, March the 15th was the date that Julius Caesar got assassinated, and pretty much ever since then, so even way before football even properly existed, or even phones existed, or any technology existed, March the 15th has always been associated with misfortune and doom. And I've got a funny feeling, guys, this weekend's not going to be any different for us. We're going back to face our former manager. Everton are playing at Goodison, as I mentioned at the start of the video, for the last ever season, so they're going to be buoyed trying to get as many decent results as possible. He's in their second stint there, David Moyes, and as we know, he had 2 stints with us technically as well. So we'll come on to that in a little bit further into the video. But our last 6 games away at Everton in the Premier League shows we've won 4 times and lost twice, conceding 8 and scoring 8 and conceding 5. Potter's record away from home at Goodison, while in manager of Brighton, shows he's won once and lost twice, scoring 3, conceding 7. In terms of the last fixtures, anybody remember the Boreham home game in November? Everton was shit. We were shit. It was a relatively equal result, and of course both teams have swapped managers since then, and both teams are playing a lot better football, unfortunately, from our point of view, going into playing Everton. Everton are joint with us on 33 points, 15th in the table, with 7 wins, 12 draws and 9 losses, scoring 31 and conceding 35 on a -4 goal difference compared to our -16. So who's having the worst of the season, guys? Seriously. 30stats.com home table shows Everton 16th in the table with 4 wins, 6 draws and 4 losses, scoring 20 and conceding 17, so a +3 goal difference with an average of 1.29 points per game at home. And of the last 5 home games, they've won twice, drawn twice and lost once. So, but they're pretty much unbeaten at home since Moyes was appointed. So is it going to be the Ides of Moyes, or is we going to see a resurgence of the Messiah? We'll have to wait and see, of course, and put your comments in the comment section below. Now, Everton's style of play has changed slightly since the earlier season game, as they are still very strong at aerial duels, but they are now strong at shooting from direct free kicks and stealing ball from the opposition as well. But they are still weak at finishing scoring chances, avoiding fouls in dangerous areas, defending against skillful players, protecting the lead, and defending set pieces. But they are still very weak and avoiding the offside trap and keeping possession of the ball. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get some fresh legs out there on Saturday and be able to completely exploit that. Now, at home, their highest goal scorer is Beto with 5 goals so far this season, with a 0.72 average goal scored per game. 3.23 shots on average per game and 1.79 shots on target on average per game. Ashley Young, still can't believe he's still playing football. He's got to be close to my age now, surely. Ashley Young is their highest assister at home with 2 assists and 1 goal, 0.17 average assist per game, with 25.99 successful passes completed per game, with 73.1% passing accuracy. And Guay is right behind him with 2 assists on 0.09 average assists per game, with 35.83 successful passes per game, with an 86.7% passing accuracy. With Calvert-Lewin is their highest aerial duel winner, with an average of 5 aerial duels won at home per game. With Tarkovsky, I don't know why I stumbled over that. We all know his name. Tarkovsky with an average of 3.1 aerial duels won per game at Goodison as well. Now, looking at Everton injuries, Mangala is out until just before Christmas from a knee injury that he sustained in January, and it seems that he is about to, or has already done so, had knee surgery on there, hence him being out for a long time, bless him. Details are a little bit shaky on that, but it also seems that McNeil is out with a knee injury as well until early April. Coleman is out with a calf injury and also out until early April. Ndiaye is out with a knee injury and may be back for this fixture. Calvert-Lewin, Brozier, Decore, all roughly being assessed at the moment. So this could be the so-called cliched of the good time to play Everton on it. But however, enough about Everton. As I say, turning to West Ham now. As I say, this is going to be this is a big game for us, because if we can get more than a point, we can still try and tally up that table to maybe 14th by the time of the kickoff. We'll have to wait and see. We'll talk about that in the pre-match build up that we will do for the watch along on Saturday afternoon. So Barmies guys, please do come and join us for that. But I didn't mention it in the preview because I wanted to, in the full-time thoughts of the Newcastle game, because I wanted to mention it specifically for this. But it was great to see Antonio walking unaided, and apparently he's going to be back before the end of the season. He's making an absolute rocket of a recovery for this game. Recovery. It's mental. It's still odds on that we're going to see him after the international break at the end of that starts at the beginning of next week. It's crazy. It really is. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I've done the full-time thoughts video for the Newcastle game. If you haven't already done so, guys, go check it out up here. But the bigger picture, as I said in the full-time thoughts, the bigger picture of this, and of course that was great to have that big picture of Antonio over us in the Bobby Moore lower. But the bigger picture is showing that we are still showing some great signs of some play. We're just not getting the results again, unfortunately. But as I say, it's a one-off in that point. Over 3 games, we've only conceded 1 goal. And we've scored 3 goals in those 3 games. All right, 2 of those 3 games, I should say. Now, in terms of West Ham's injuries, there's very interesting talk that seems to be causing a lot of confusion in terms of what I've been reading on certain platforms. It looks like Somerville has refused surgery, and people seem to be taking that as an example of him going to be actually out for the remaining 9 games left of the season. I don't think that's true, to be honest with you. I really don't think that's true. But at the end of the day, guys, it is what it is. We can't make any bones about it. It looks like Fulkrug and Soufal could be in contention for the squad. I don't think. Well, Soufal's certainly not going to be starting, and Fulkrug as well, for that matter. He's going to be on the bench, and might even make a late cameo So that brings around the question of the starting 11, really, to be honest with you guys. I know a lot of people are biting at the bit, I should say, to get Ferguson to start for this game. I know a lot of people are criticising Kudus in terms of his lack of goals and assists that he's been doing recently. You know, I criticised him very, very late on Monday night for bottling, not being able to take that scoring opportunity that he had against Newcastle. But I do think he needs at least one more game in the starting 11 in order to shake that monkey off his back, as the old phrase goes. But guys, this is as always. Put your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you're thinking on your starting 11. If you watch the preview for the Newcastle game, you'll know nothing's changed in terms of what I'd like to see. And as I say, I'm not trying to predict Graham Potter. I'm not trying to say that my decision is right and you guys are wrong for your starting 11s. Hardly anybody apart from Aussie Tony is giving his starting 11s in this comment section below. So people like to say you're not making the right decisions. You're yet not telling me what your starting 11s are. So it's not that difficult, to be honest with you guys. But please put your comments in the comment section below. But this is the starting 11 that I'd like to see against Everton on Saturday. Areola in goal, with a back four of Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Kilman and Scholes. Orford and Souček in the defensive midfield positions, with Kudus, Ward-Prowse and Gilherm in midfield, with Bowen up front. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Over the last 4 weeks, just over 2/3 of you guys have not been subscribed to the channel. 70.8% of you guys that are watching these content. Some of you are returning viewers as well, for that matter, are not subscribed. So by means, please do hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the note. Well, it's going to be down there, really, isn't it? It's down there. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and make sure you put the settings on to all as well, so you know when new content is going up. As I say, I will be doing the preview on Saturday afternoon, so keep an eye out for that. And I will be trying to do some new content coming up next week as well, for that matter, because obviously we've got the international break. And there's a few things I want to try and talk about, but we'll try and get some stuff up and running every Saturday, basically. I know I said I was going to do it last Saturday, but I didn't, because at the end of the day there was nothing really worthwhile to talk about. Whereas, because we've only got a handful of games between now and the end of the season, especially in the international break, I'm going to do a live stream probably next weekend, where you and we sit down together and we talk about the players that we want to be seeing in next season's squad. But in the meantime, guys, have a fantastic week. I hope to see you Saturday afternoon. If I don't, look after yourselves, and I'll see you very, very soon. All the best now. Take care.